We're back after an amazing midweek of Champions League football, highlighted by Barcelona's amazing performance demolishing Borussia Dortmund at home, and that performance was even bettered by Arsenal's 3-0 whipping of Real Madrid, who have now conceded a massive 11 goals in their last 4 games. And how beautiful were those free kicks by Declan Rice. I mean, seriously, against Madrid. Both of those goals were absolutely spectacular. I thought the first one was a screamer, and then the second one was even better. Roberto Carlos Messi-esque free kicks that I could carry on watching. Happy days indeed for fans of both Barcelona and Arsenal, as Real Madrid are on the verge of joining their city rivals Atletico Madrid, and by that I mean that they'll soon be out of the Champions League and hopefully out of LaLiga title race as well. This weekend in the Premier League, ManCity are taking on the Eagles at home, and they will be desperate for all 3 points as they try and claw their way back into the top 4. City will be hoping their city rivals United can give them a hand this weekend as they travel to take on 5th place Newcastle, while Chelsea, who currently sit in 4th place, are hosting a soon-to-be relegated Ipswich Town. Liverpool will be hoping that Arsenal are more focused on their Champions League second leg against Madrid and may field a weaker team against Brentford, as Liverpool hope to extend their lead at the top of the table when they take on a West Ham side already planning their summer holidays. I'll be breaking down all these games plus a whole lot more and sharing with you all my very best predictions for all of the games. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video as I'll be revealing my top 3 predictions from all the upcoming games this weekend. Welcome back everyone to PANENKA Predictions. Before we get into this week's predictions, please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And if you enjoy this video as well, please do me the favor of hitting that like button and sharing it as well with your footballing mates. I'd love to hit that 1,000 subscribers mark, guys, and I'll tell you what, to make it really easy for you to all help me get there, if you guys thought that Declan Rice's free kicks were of a pretty good standard against Real Madrid, then let me know by hitting that subscribe button for me, and let's see how many of you actually enjoyed the quality of those goals. That being said, hablamos un poquito de fútbol. Let's kick off our predictions this weekend with Manchester City at home against Crystal Palace. Things just seem to be going from worse to worse for Man City. They're a shadow, and a poor one at that, of the team that was previously dominating the Premier League over the past few seasons. And I, for one, don't see a simple quick fix solution to get them back on track. I can actually see them missing out on Champions League next season and having to settle maybe for some Europa League action instead. That's right, it's going to be bye-bye Champions League, bye-bye Kevin De Bruyne, and probably bye-bye Guardiola as well. Goodbye, my lover! As City will look to start over in the coming season. They've been quite poor in their last 2 games really, and against the Crystal Palace side this weekend, who have some very good attacking players in great form right now, especially Mateta, Man City might struggle again this weekend, and I personally think that they will. They're heavy favourites, seeing as though they're playing at home and they have more to be playing for in the league right now, but given their recent performances and the fact that they're missing some key players, I think that this is going to be a hard game for them. I'm not really sure if they're going to get the win. If they do get the win, they're going to have to work really hard for it. I really fancy Crystal Palace to at least get on the score sheet in this game, as they are actually the informed team in the Premier League right now. They're going to be playing with no pressure and they want to keep the good run going. They're still in the FA Cup. So my prediction between Manchester City and Crystal Palace is going to be for both teams to score. Like I said, I personally think Man City will not qualify for the Champions League next season based on the way they're playing right now. Let me know if you think they will down in the comments. Next up is Brighton at home against a very sad looking Leicester City. I really feel for Leicester supporters this season. I mean, they're still doing their bit, still travelling to support their team, even though they're playing some really horrible football and they just cannot defend to save their lives. It'll be interesting to see how many fans actually make the trip to see this game, as Leicester take on a Brighton side up in 9th place, still hoping to keep their European dream alive. They're only 5 points away from a European spot right now, and it is very achievable, and 3 points won't be much easier to come by than in this game at home to Leicester. This one for me, it's not rocket science. Even though Brighton haven't picked up a win in the last month of EPL action, I see them getting a comfortable 3 points this weekend against Leicester, so my prediction is for a Brighton home win and over 1.5 goals in the game against Leicester. Next up, we have Nottingham Forest holding on to 3rd place, taking on 15th place Everton. Forest currently sit 4 points clear of 4th place Chelsea, so whatever happens in this game, their position on the table will not change. And looking at this game, I can see it playing out quite similarly to Everton's last away game where they lost 1-0 away to Liverpool. And given that Nottingham are so strong at home, even though they may be without the services of their main striker Chris Wood for this game, I still favour them to get the win here. Everton, look, they're the draw specialists, so this game will probably be a tight game. However, for my prediction between Nottingham Forest and Everton, I think Nottingham Forest are going to get the home win here. Next up, let's look at Arsenal at home against Brentford. Arsenal, they're on cloud 9 right now. I know they're going to be giving priority to their second match against Madrid in midweek, but they won't want to lose this game either. On the contrary, I think that the players who will start this game will be trying to impress the coach and force their way into the squad in midweek. So we should expect a very strong performance from the home team this weekend. Brentford, on the other hand, well, they're in 12th place. They're not playing for a European place and they're not getting relegated. And I think their recent results are actually a fair indication of how things are really playing for them at the moment. I'm sure they're going to put up a bit of a fight against Arsenal, but in the end, I don't think they really care if they lose or draw this game. So based on the motivation factor and also the difference in overall quality, my prediction is going to be for an Arsenal home win and over 1.5 goals in the game at home against Brentford. Chelsea in 4th place are hosting an Ipswich Town down in 18th place that are still hoping for a miracle. Now, boring fact. Chelsea's last 4 Premier League games have all had only 1 goal or less. Fun fact, Ipswich's last 4 games have had a whole lot more. And there tends to be goals whenever these two teams play each other, and they'll both be coming into this game trying to get the 3 points. And I think that's going to lead to an open game with hopefully quite a few goals in it, because my prediction for Chelsea at home to Ipswich is going to be for over 2.5 goals. League leaders Liverpool are taking on 16th place West Ham and will look to take another massive step towards winning the title and also be looking for a quick response from last week's very poor display at Fulham. West Ham, they gave away the lead to earn a 2-2 draw in their last home game against Bournemouth, and before that game they lost to Wolves, so their current form is not really that good, and it's a fair indication of why they are where they are on the table. They may put up a bit of a resistance in this game, but in the end I can see nothing more than Liverpool coming away with a comfortable home win. So for my prediction for this game, I'm going for a Liverpool home win and for there to be over 1.5 goals in this game. And I also think that Mo Salah will be on the score sheet this weekend as well. Wolves, they're playing Tottenham this weekend. And yada, yada, yada. And in the next game that's slightly more predictable, we have 5th place Newcastle taking on and probably beating a team from the bottom half of the table. Yes, that's right, it's Manchester United. Well, Man U, it's true, they've only lost once in their last 3 games and they seem to be showing small signs of improvement. Newcastle United, however, they're the real deal. They've won their last 4 games, and that includes beating Liverpool in the EFL Cup final. They also beat Man U in Old Trafford earlier on this season, and that was 2-0. And since that result, only one of these teams has improved significantly over the course of the season. I'm not really sure how this game is going to play out. There might be loads of goals in it. Newcastle Man U has a history of loads of goals. However, it could also be just a 1 or 2-0 scoreline. In the end, though, I see Newcastle getting a home win here over Manchester United this weekend, and maybe, just maybe, sneaking into the top 4. Those are all my Premier League predictions for the upcoming weekend. Let me know your thoughts on any of my predictions, and also let me know your predictions as well down in the comments. Moving over to La Liga now, and let's start off with my favorite team, Barcelona, as they travel away to play against a relegation-threatened Leganes. Leganes, they're in 18th place in La Liga, and they are just 2 points behind Deportivo Alaves, who are taking on Real Madrid this weekend. So Leganes will try to make the very most of playing a possibly slightly tired Barcelona and trying to achieve an incredible league double over Barcelona, as they managed a 1-0 win away against Barcelona earlier on in the season. Not even Madrid have been able to do that. Prior to that, Barcelona have won their 4 previous games against Leganes, and although I don't see it being an easy game, I do see Barcelona notching up another win against Leganes. But I do think that Leganes will find the back of the net at some point in this game. They'll definitely be motivated. They've got the home crowd behind them, and I know they'll be giving it their all until the ref blows that final whistle. However, I still see Barcelona winning, so for my prediction, I'm going to give the home team a fighting chance, and I'm going to predict over 2.5 goals in the game between Leganes and Barcelona. And as I already mentioned, Deportivo Alaves in 17th place, they're taking on Real Madrid, currently in second place. And Real Madrid, they will want to put their Champions League loss behind them. I call it a loss. I mean, there's so many other things I could have called it. A whipping, a hiding, a smashing, an obliteration, but I won't. I'll call it a loss. And they will be wanting to put that behind them as quickly as possible and get back to winning ways this weekend. Alaves, well, they've been pretty poor all season, to be fair, and they've lost 3 of their last 4 home games against teams that are much worse off than Madrid. I do think that Madrid will need to come out and give a much better performance and get a much better result in this game. And a better result for them means, and it also means for me, that Real Madrid are going to win this game and they will be over 1.5 goals in this game as well. So Madrid to win, and they'll score at least 2 goals in doing so. I mean, they'll definitely want to get the 3 points here, because in the final game of the round in La Liga, Atletico Madrid, they're at home against last place Rayo Valladolid. Atletico Madrid are going to win that game, and once again, they're going to score at least 2 goals in doing so. That's a straightforward one. Blanco en botella, Leche. Who out of the top 3 will slip up in La Liga this weekend? One of them could slip up, and it could prove very costly. Let me know your predictions for the top 3 in La Liga abajo en los comentarios. And now, for my top 3 predictions for all the upcoming games. My third favorite prediction would have to be in the game between Arsenal and Brentford, and my prediction there is that Arsenal will get a home win and there will be over 1.5 goals in this game. My second favorite prediction is going to be for Brighton to beat Leicester and for there to be over 1.5 goals in that game. And the same prediction again for my third game and my top pick for this round, and that is for Liverpool to get the home win against West Ham and for there to be over 1.5 goals in that game. What are your top 3 predictions for the upcoming games? Please share them with me down in the comments. And while you're down there,
title of your sex tape,
please hit that like and subscribe button for me and enjoy the amazing football this weekend. Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck to you all, and I'll see you again in a few days' time where I'll be giving you my predictions for the second legs of the Champions League quarterfinals, just like it will be for Madrid. Adios to you all. I'll see you again soon.